Hey guys, I'm Aaron, and today we're going to take a look at modeling some sliding doors. Sliding doors, bypass, sliders, I'm trying to think of other names. It's the situation where you have an opening and larger than normal opening, usually like maybe a double-sized opening, and you have not one door slab but multiple door slabs that move past each other. This can be done with lots of doors. Like you can have, I don't know, I've seen doors with 10 panels that open, slide past each other. We're just going to do two. We're going to look at modeling a basic interior and exterior door. We're going to do that right now. Okay, so I have a couple of walls here. This is going to be my interior, the thinner, shorter wall with a slightly smaller opening. And over here we have a taller, wider wall with a bigger opening. So both these are grouped to begin with. All right, so I'm going to model what something that I have in my own house, which is, so here I have a, let's see how big is this? This opening is 4'10". So we're going to put a couple of doors in here. I'm going to start from the center. I'm going to draw a line right here, and I'm going to come across. If I come right to the center, so you have a 2'5" there, but a 2'5" slab would not overlap with the next piece at all. So we're going to go 2.5 foot. So I'm going to go 2'6", and I'm going to go straight up to the center of this. So I'm just hit my up arrow key to lock that. I'm going to bring it over here, and I'm going to drop that down. There we go. And then that door is going to pull this way 1 inch. All right, so that is my initial slab for this door. I'm going to triple click, and I'm going to make this a component. And we're just going to call it interior door in this model. Simple enough. All right, now I'm going to take that, and there's some, depending on the amount of detail I want to put in here, I could spend an entire session just talking about the rail and the wheel that hangs down, all that stuff to actually make this slide. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep this fairly simple. This is going to look good in my model, but that's about it. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to put in just a little handle kind of thing, a place where I can just pushed in maybe a half an inch or so I could actually open this door. And I'm going to do that slightly below the center. So I'm going to come over here at the center. I'm drawing out of context right now. That is intentional. So I'm going to come over like 2 inches, and then I'm going to drop down like, I don't know, 3 inches. And I'm going to come over just a little something like that. Let's do this. Let's round the tops of these. I'm trying to think of details I've seen on different doors. So there, I'm going to take a shape like that, and I'm just going to push it into the surface half an inch. So I'm going to grab that, Command X, I'm going to double click into the door, paste in place. That's going to put that in there, and then I'm just going to push it in like 0.5. Oops, see how I got those little lines right there? I can get rid of that by triple clicking, or double clicking, excuse me, right click and then weld edges. Then when I push it in 0.5, I don't get that those edges because the outline is welded. All right, so there I have my slab. I need 2 of those, of course. So I'm going to take this one, I'm going to option copy it right here. Right now, I'm in line with that. That's not going to work, of course. It also has my handles on the same side. That's not going to work. So one of the things I'm going to do, I'm going to just bring this out here. I'm going to scale. I'm going to scale right around the middle, like that. And I'm just going to scale to -1. It's going to snap there. There we go. So now we have the same slab. And this is important because if I come in here and I grab, say, this door handle and I move it around, see, both of them are going to move the same. So I don't have to make, just because it's opposite, I can scale it inverted like that, and that still works. So I'm going to try and move this as simple as possible. I'm going to line it up like that, and then it needs to come in, so I'm going to slide it over. There we go. I'm going to slide it right back. Click right there. All right, now they properly overlap. Now, depending on the look and feel and how, I mean, they do make sliding hardware that sits up into the top of the wall, into the casement. This could be done depending on the reality of the situation. You might actually have a piece that hangs down and then the hanging hardware is up here. So maybe again, I'm just throwing out ideas here. I might come out here like a couple inches, and then maybe I have some kind of something like this. Maybe I have a piece that sits like this, just a piece of trim above, something like that, that might sit on there. I might actually have a full casement. I might actually have pieces that go all the way around. It really depends on the detail of the look and feel, I guess I should say, of your architectural model. But there we go. So pretty simple. We didn't put any smarts in this. I didn't use dynamic components or anything like that. That's something else we could consider. But there's a quick and easy interior slider. So on an exterior slider, we're going to go a little bit further because we're going to have to create, it's going to have this pocket that the whole thing's going to work inside of. So I'm gonna detail that out real quick. So I'm going to say it looks something like this. It's going to come out here. It's going to come like this. It's going to go this way. That, and then come in like this. Yeah, something like that. I'm going to draw half of it, because then I will take this piece and just mirror that. Oops, wrong piece. Mirror that right there. All right, so I'm going to take something like that. This is, the interior and exterior might be slightly different, but I'm going to take that and I am going to trace it around that. So I'm going to take, this is my path, this square right here. So I'm going to say, follow me with this shape right here. Now, obviously, this isn't going to be perfect because I don't want that coming down. Whoops, I did something wrong. Oh, I cut that. That's why. That won't work because when I put this edge here, it broke this. So here's what I'm going to do. Easy enough fix. I'm going to take that. I'm going to slide it with a copy up. Get rid of this. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. That. All the other that's go away then. There's an extra edge here, here, and here. There we go. So now my profile that I want to put around is on here. So if I click this, I got my profile, or my path I want to follow. Then I click my profile. There we go. Now it goes all the way around. There, I can see that. Looks good. I got a little channel there. I can get rid of this face. Obviously, the bottom's not quite perfect because I'm not going to have trim down there. So all I'm going to do in that case is just push-pull that up flush. Double click here. And there we go. Got something like that for my exterior frame. And then the next piece, well, I should probably make this a group. Let's make that a group. I don't have to make it a component. It's not going to well, actually, what I would probably do is get my doors in here and then grab the whole thing and make it a component. All right. Now, depending on a lot of stuff right now comes down to how this is going to be built. So again, I'm going to draw my next slab not to the center, but just past that. So I'm going to say like 3'1", something like that. And depending on your slider, I might have 1 or 2 actual sliding doors. So this one piece may actually be static, or it may move. Depends on the thing. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to offset this. And we're going to say this is got glass in it or something like that. So I'm going to come 2 inches. All right. And then I'm just going to push it all the way through right now. All right. Make a component at this point. Exterior door. And then if I look at this, actually I want to get a little bit more meat on this frame. It looks a little timid. All right, there we go. Something like that. And then I might draw a rectangle right in the middle to represent glass. Again, how much detail you want to go in here? Do you want to draw width in your glass, that sort of thing? That's up to you. But that's good enough for me. I'm going to just color that with a default glass material. Glass, grab something here that's transparent. I like this blue. Whoops, I did the whole thing. That's not gonna work. I'm gonna go into context. All right, color just the middle. There we go. And then what I can do then is, see, here's the other thing I could do. Again, depending on if this is a single slide, if this is not moving, then I'm probably not going to put a door handle on here. But if I have something where both pieces can move past each other, then I might actually want to come in here and put my hardware in. I'm going to do the same thing I did before. Let's go ahead and just grab this, option slide it over here, and then we can grab this and shift slide that all the way back into that slot. And there we go. There they lap over each other. And then the last thing to consider here, like I was saying, would be the handle or hardware. How does one grab onto this and open it? So I'm going to do something. I'm going to make something up. I know that sounds hard to believe, but I'm going to come in here and I'm going to do something on the glass where maybe I have a section of the door here. I don't know, something like this. I'm going to pull this out like this a little bit so it actually sits out on the door. Maybe I'll round off these corners. Double click to round off exactly the same on both. Something like that, something like that. And then close that back up and get rid of it. And again here. And then I don't know, maybe do something like this. I'm making stuff up, however, I get a handle on here. Or erase these edges because I could have, again, like I did with the other thing, I could have welded that first and that would have prevented that. So I get a handle here. That's the point, is I got a handle here, but you can see I had the same problem over here because what I didn't do with this is I did not scale it and invert it. So let's do that real quick right now. Click right here. -1. That almost worked. That worked and has it on the same side, but because I would want this door on this handle on the other door, I'd have to scale this way as well. So about the middle to -1. Right, there we go. And obviously, I'm learning that I would want to come in here, clean that up too. So there we go. So now I have a slider that I could, I'd want to slide that along the axes. You want to stay on the axes there. But there we go. Now I have a sliding door that opens up. The trim casement is all one piece. At this point too, I would probably grab all these pieces, right click, and make this a new component. I can't talk while I type. I don't know if you guys have that same issue, but it's a birth issue. I've always had it. Create that. Okay, and there we go. Now I have my slider component, so I could take that, use it multiple times across the job or my model. And I have my interior. I didn't do the same thing here, but I could do this. I could grab these and make that into a new component. Interior bypass. And there we go. 2 sliding doors in, what was that, about 13 minutes. So I know I'm going to see comments about how people, the bypasses or sliders they use look different than this, or they never have this, or the interior trim doesn't look like that, or yeah, that's awesome. Cool. You model yours and make it perfect the way that you need to see it for your job, the way your hardware works. Go for it. Hopefully you see this and see the principles of the modeling are the important part. How do we go about making the pieces? How did we use the tools and that sort of thing? And if you do make a cool bypass door and it's different from mine, let me know about that too. Tell us about it, put it up on 3D Warehouse, and show me how it's different, where it's better, how you've dominated the sliding door modeling biz, and I'm an amateur. I would love to hear that. Let's go do that. If you haven't already, click like down below. Let us know you enjoyed this video, learned something from it. And if you haven't subscribed, you should do that too. We create several videos each and every week around here, and you'll be notified of all of them if you subscribe. But most important, like I said, leave us a comment down below. Did you get something out of this video? Is this the way you do it? Do you do it differently? Do you have an idea that you think would make a good video on our channel? We like making these videos a lot. We like them even more when they're showing something you want to see. Thank you.